Do you fear death in the cold vacuum of space?
Well, we've got some exposure therapy for you. It's time to unbox Unsettled. Take a look at the box, all right? This is the main game box that's gonna come. It actually has 2 planet boxes inside it already, so if you have more than that, those are gonna be separate, but it does fit 2 planet boxes right inside the main box. So let's go ahead and get it opened up. At the very top, we've got the rulebook, okay? So Jared, take a look at the rulebook, tell us a little bit about it.
Now, this rulebook is really awesome. It's very helpful, has lots of pictures and diagrams to help you along the way, and you actually only need the first half to learn the game. The second half is frequently asked questions that are gonna save you a trip to the forums.
My favorite part of the back section is probably the diagram of the scarab. Yeah. Kind of helps you get a little bit immersed in the world. I mean, if you're gonna be traveling the deep vastness of space, then you should probably know a little bit about the ship you're going to be traveling.
Oh, absolutely.
Underneath the rule book, we have some cheat sheets. So what do we do with these cheat sheets?
So these are really helpful. We also had these in Vindication, and people love them. I love them. They're very helpful. So basically, this gives you all of the different things that you can do on your turn and gives some descriptions for what all the different symbols and icons mean, so that you don't have to whip out the rule book every time you have a question.
When you go to take these out, we've got channels cut out of the side that makes it nice and easy for your fingers to go in and grab them. You don't want to have to turn the box over.
Absolutely,
you don't want to have to
dump everything out. No.
Tell me a little bit about what trays we have here.
So we have 4 really convenient nested trays that are really nice. So this top tray right here we have is the time and trust tray, and so this keeps track of how time flows throughout all the rounds and in what state of high or low trust the party is in. And then our next tray that we've got is the breakthrough tray. So this is where all of your chits sit for everyone's scientific pursuits. This is where buildings stay that haven't been erected yet, and also where you draw all of your scientific breakthroughs. Next, we have the moment tray. So this is going to be very planet specific. Right here we have 12 slots that individual discoveries that you'll find that are specific to each planet.
And it's also nice to be able to grab the moment marker here. You don't want to be, having such a tough time getting it out. It's got a nice little raised bed for the moment marker, so you can take it out, place it on the board very easily.
And then our final tray, my favorite, is the resource tray. So this solves the problem of starting and ending the game of having to scoop up all these tiny little pieces and put them back in the box. Right here, exactly as it is, the game's over. It goes back in the box. It's so simple. And so in here, you have your data, you have your materials, you've got this nice little raised bed that your power can increase and decrease.
Yes. Underneath of the game trays, we have the 2 planet boxes that fit inside of the main box. We're going to talk about those a little bit later, so we're just going to set them aside for right now. Then we have the boards, okay? So let's start out with the player dashboards. Take a look at them and tell us a little bit about them.
Absolutely. So these are the standard Orange Nebula black core. They're dual layered, and these are basically where all of your focus and your scientific comprehensions and proficiencies are going to sit throughout your game.
And then we've also got some punch boards here. So tell us what's included on these punch boards.
So on these punch boards, you've got all the different avatars you could choose from, the different variations of the scarab with their own abilities, and all your different personality traits and other sundry chits that you'll need on every planet.
One thing that I want to draw your attention to is the avatars. As you choose one that represents you, you can pop it out of the punch board, and then it actually goes right into the little face slot there on your player dashboard, so that you can kind of connect with your character a little bit more as you're playing. It's time to look at the planet boxes now. So every time you play Unsettled, you're going to pick which of the mini planets that you're going to explore with your team together.
And each of the planets has its own unique locations and things to discover and explore, and each planet modifies the mechanics of the game in its own unique way that provides interesting and disparate experiences.
Today we're going to just kind of open up Grokis and take a look inside there. On top is some of the flavor text, right? It's going to tell you a little bit about the narrative of that planet, and inside it'll give you a little bit of information around the rules and how the rules bend on this planet compared to other planets.
Next we have another punch board, and this one is planet-specific discoveries that you're going to find, and these actually go on the moment board right here.
pop it in there. I just want to see. It's very easy to pick them up. They've got a nice raised back here so that when you're going in, you can pick them up. You've been picking things off of flat surfaces for too long.
Too long.
Underneath the punch board, we've got some more of the planet cards and some other things that are specific to the planet. You can see that it's two-tiered, the tray that we have here. So on top, these cards can actually be sleeved. So if you bought some of the sleeves and you choose to sleeve them, you can actually get rid of that top tier and place the sleeved cards right inside. But before you get rid of the top tier, I mean, we had some good ideas.
Yeah.
This could be like a snack tray. I'm down for a snack tray.
Yeah, or it could be a Thunderdome for your explorers.
You never know. Maybe you don't throw it away, even if you sleeve it. All right, we have made it to the bottom of the box where you will find the base tray. And normally it can just stay inside the box, but I'm gonna take it out so that we can look at it together. Jared, show us a little bit about what's included here.
Okay, so we have our focus die, we have our discovery dice, we have your dolls here, we have your Luna miniature, and we have some other tokens for you, your endurance, your scientific proficiencies. And basically, this is the stuff that you're gonna have to set up aside from these really convenient nested trays.
So now you've come to the end of the game, and whether you lived or died, it doesn't matter. We got to put it back in the box.
Yep.
So we're going to start with the planet box. All of the planet-specific content goes back in its box. Then on the back of our main box, we've got a diagram for rapid teardown. Shows you how we're going to layer everything. Planet boxes going back in. Your stackable trays are fitting right in there, so that setup is going to be so much easier next time. And then your lid. That's all you got left. It's gonna float down. It's so satisfying. I wanna see that in slow motion. All right, so we just took you through the base framework, and inside of the base game, we had two planets. That was Winora and Grokis. Everyone who kickstarted the game is also going to be getting these 24 art prints, as well as the other two planets here, Zeron and Yendral.
And for any of you who opted for the highest tier, you're also gonna be receiving a copy of Kelifos and Stranos.
You might have chose to add some of the sleeves to your order as well. If you did, you're gonna be getting one pack per planet. If you're feeling like some regret on the inside right now because you're not getting some of these things, you didn't opt in for those tiers, they will be available at orangenebula.com after fulfillment. Well, I mean, we're really excited. We're really excited for all of you to get this in your hands.
So fun.
On your tables. So we wish you good luck. You're gonna do a great job. Try not to die.
But you probably will.
At least a few times.